The Cavaliers taking on the Timberwolves. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, kind of a seesaw affair over the last 10 games. But this team feels they are better than a 500 team. They look to tip that balance with a win here. Timberwolves Cavs is next, right after this. It's the NBA. Welcome to our Sunday night broadcast here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Russell.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, if you ask Karl Anthony Towns, his greatest strength is his versatility. He said, "My dad taught it to me at a young age, and it's made my transition at every step of my career comfortable, having the fundamentals and foundation. I don't limit myself. I try to be great at all skills." Kevin?
Yeah, terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. Some guys check the league standings every day. Others try to avoid it. What was your approach when you played?
Hey, I didn't look at them much because we were a team that was struggling, Kevin. We were just trying to find our way to being competitive back in the early 80s with the Pacers. So I never got to the point where we were a team that was looking at the standings daily. And I avoided the papers pretty much throughout my career just because it, to me, was a bit of a waste of energy and time. I had more things to focus on than where we were in the standings and what people might be saying and writing about us.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Malik Beasley out there with Russell. Then it's James Johnson. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Culver in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Cavaliers, Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Ashman and Love are the forwards. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
The steal, then right into the fast break. Towns with excellent awareness for his age. Very mature player, despite being a young buck.
Now, here's Garland. Drummond in the post, defended by Towns. And that one is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Russell. He had 13 points in the win against Golden State.
And even while he was piling up all those points, he still found a way to create chances for his teammates. The assists just kept on coming.
Here's Garland, following the score by Jarrett Culver. Johnson against Love. Over Johnson. They get it again. And it's Drummond missing. Russell inside. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Taking the hit and still getting it to go down. Russell showing you some nice toughness there.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Garland, the pass to Osman. For 3, Love. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
And here's Russell. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. Johnson kicks to Culver. 5 on the clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Russell, no luck.
That's the first miss for this offense. They've hit 3 or 4 to start.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. Last game for the Cavaliers, it was a loss to Oklahoma City.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
Yeah, and I think they just seem to be a page behind, a step slower out there all game.
A tall and powerful big Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
Outside, Towns. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Here's Johnson. Bank shot, no good. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Sexton. Drummond trying to get himself free. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, the young bull, Colin Sexton, getting a lot of playing time in his rookie season. Allowed him to play through his mistakes, and that's what you hope for coming in.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Sexton. And even as the Cavaliers lagged at the very bottom of the standings, Greg, Sexton publicly described the season as fun. Would that bother you as a veteran?
Losing seasons, they suck. I mean, no other way to put it. I think he cares about winning, but keeping that positivity is probably the best approach.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Selected with the 8th pick back in the 2018 draft, Colin Sexton, the main reward for the Cavs, Greg, after the Kyrie Irving trade.
Sexton, wearing the same number 2 jersey as Irving, doesn't feel the need to measure up to expectations created by Kyrie. Cavs fans, though, hope he does.
And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. After the miss from Karl-Anthony Towns, Osman the pass to Love. Back to Osman. Shoots. No good off the back of the rim.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Beasley gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now, here's Sexton. Covered by Beasley. Sexton's shot is good.
And a lethal slasher. Sexton does a great job of finding angles to the basket. Has that great burst to get to the rim.
Now, here is Russell. He kicks it to Towns. And stolen by Drummond. Here's Garland. A slam dunk by Garland.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Outside, Russell. Towns against Drummond. Outside, Towns. 4 on the shot clock. It's Russell with the drive. Good D by Drummond.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Russell kicks to Culver. Outside, Towns. There's the pass to Beasley. Here's Johnson. Back to Beasley. 13 feet away. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. So for the Timberwolves, their last game, a win against the Warriors.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
The Cavaliers leading by 5. Sexton with the bounce pass. Here's Osman. He's guarded by Johnson. Osman, the pass to Love. Got a piece of it and taken away by Johnson. Down low. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
First one falls for him. And the Cavaliers this summer selecting point guard Darius Garland with the 5th overall pick. The second-year man, Colin Sexton, already on the roster. Greg, how do you see the fit between these two players?
Well, I mean, both are 6'2". The questions will come at the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, both show great promise as shooters, very scoring-minded guards, reminiscent possibly of a Lillard-McCollum pairing for the Blazers, which could be a roadmap for the Cavs.
Now, here's Garland. 20 points for him last game against Oklahoma City.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line, really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heel.
Yeah, you look at Russell, and one of the things I like most about his game is this guy has great vision and passing ability.
Here's Sexton. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Nance is checked in. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Minnesota. Now Garland. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. The shot's good from Nance.
Yeah, this league is in good shape when you talk about guys like Nance. The consummate role player does everything that's asked of him.
Now, here is Russell. Here's Towns, and again it's Minnesota.
Punch, counter punch, impressive offensive production early on.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
Garland with the bucket.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Pass to Hernangomez. Kicks it to Culver. Pass to Beasley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's Beasley on the wing, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And let's briefly take a look at the stats for Culver. His last 10 games, he's getting around 16 points a game, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Drummond finds Sexton. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
And whether by design or by accident, they drew so many fouls in that game. Foul trouble for the other side became a huge issue.
And as a result, there was a blowout win. I mean, credit them for initiating contact and forcing the officials to make the calls.
For the Cavaliers, Thompson comes in for Drummond. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland. The Timberwolves also changing it up. Omari Spellman has come in for Towns. Jake Layman comes in for Culver. And Okogie subbed in for Russell. Now here's Thompson. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Makes it off the glass. And the Cavaliers lead by 5.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
To the inside. Here's Hernangomez. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
For Cleveland, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year.
Take a break. 2 shots.
But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
That free throw, no good. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes. But when he is a post-up threat, and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb, absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind, big fella with feet of a ballerina. Jokic does a great job with his feet, not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard outside of a big guy. I mean, he's not a big guy in terms of position, but boy, he is very efficient down in the low post when he gets it there.
Good names. That free throw missing.
And I'll tell you who I feel for. The Wolves fans. One playoff appearance in the last 15 years.
Yeah, and you know, they've had some exciting talent in Minnesota, guys, but they've done very little winning with that talent. I think the good news, though, when you want to spin it positively, they still have that talent, and a lot of the talent is young.
And he sinks the second.
And one thing the Wolves have done well over the past few seasons, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, you know, they squeeze it well. Low turnovers can be a double-edged sword, though. If you don't make many mistakes, maybe you're not being aggressive enough.
Now, here's Sexton. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. It's good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Passes it to Okogie. Towns down low. It's up against Thompson. It's good on the putback.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
Now, here's Exum. Oh, Nance in position. That shot, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Got it. Nice one there from Dellavedova.
Tricky dribbling that time from the confident Matthew Dellavedova. An underrated ball handler. Actually, underappreciated ball handler who knows how to navigate defenses.
Shoots it. Here's Spellman. Towns trying to get open. Spellman, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 7. Sexton kicks to Exum. Gets to the corner and buries it. Exum's got his second bucket of the night.
Sexton has to just keep developing his court awareness. You want to see more passing from him.
Defended by Dellavedova inside. Here's Towns. Buries it down low.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
A minute 20 left in the first. Dellavedova dishes to Nance. Dellavedova, the pass to Thompson. That shot off. And Minnesota now the other way. Here's Okogie. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on. Boy, you've got to give a lot of credit to Josh Okogie. I mean, he was the 20th pick in the 2018 draft and really well ahead of the curve as a rookie, and even saw starter minutes later on in the season. That's a great get for them.
And meteoric rises not uncommon for Okogie.
Yeah, and Okogie's done a really nice job kind of turning the impression of him around because he wasn't highly touted in college, but I tell you what, he's proven to be an impact player because of how he can defend and shoot.
Now, here's Sexton. He has 6. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Lehman. The Cavaliers pull it in.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Here's Dellavedova. It's deflected. Here's Okogie. 9 points last game out. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Oh, Nance in position. Here's Okogie. Defended by Dellavedova. Count it. 6 seconds left here in the first quarter. From deep three-point range, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Cavaliers lead by 2. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. The former #1 pick overall in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns, spoke about the aspirations of this team.
Every single day we're thinking about how can we be the team that we need to be to not only make the playoffs, but to make it deep into the playoffs and give ourselves a chance of being a championship team. We have so much talent. We have great veterans. We have a great front office, a great coaching staff. So with all that on our side, we feel we have a great chance to find that way to success.
Yep, 1 step at a time, Greg. That's the mindset to have.
Yeah, you can't have too much too early. But with Towns leading the charge, this team is in great hands.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Minnesota, they've got Lehman, and it's Towns in at the 5 down low. Here's Dellavedova after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. That's tipped. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. And he's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Exum deciding where to go with it. And there's the call on Jake Lehman. That's his first foul. Minnesota making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Thompson passes to Sexton. 6 on the shot clock. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Johnson. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Tipped away. Now here's Towns. He's tightly guarded. And Johnson with the stuff.
Outstanding vision from Karl Anthony Towns. Not only is he willing to give it up, but he's ready to find his teammates when they're open.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Okogie. These players have been dominant on the glass in their last 10 games, leading the NBA in rebounding. Number 1, Karl Anthony Towns. And, of course, Andre Drummond.
The work this twosome has done on the boards over that period cannot be overlooked. They've both been big factors.
He misses the free throw. Analytics, Clark, are such a major factor for coaching staffs and scouting staffs, and plenty of micro-analysis to go around, but some statistics can actually be a little bit misleading, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, and you can torture the numbers to say whatever you want them to say, so you have to be careful. I think there's a great place for analytics in the game. It's very useful in some areas, but you have to balance it. There has to be a blend there. Take, for instance, shot blocking. Just because you don't block a shot, that sometimes can dismiss what changing shots do to a team's defense or for a team's defense. The number of threes being taken. Effective field goal percentage is more important than raw field goal percentage because of threes.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Russell, he's checked in for Minnesota. Now, here's Garland. Defense is right there. Culver with it. 20 points for him last game against Golden State.
And what makes Culver difficult to defend, it starts with the footwork and then the change of pace, and you give him that ability to just rise up and shoot over you.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And the first one drops.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, three-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Both shots good from the stripe. And, Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA-level stuff.
Now Russell, after Dante Exum's three-pointer that didn't go. Beasley right side. Beyond the arc. And it's Towns missing. The Cavaliers trail by 9. Here's Exum. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by the Timberwolves.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And so far this season, shooting at a 75% clip from the line.
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line, and those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
Drummond's checked in for Ante Zizic.
And the young Timberwolves head coach, Ryan Saunders, son of former Minnesota coach Flip Saunders, about as great of a pedigree you could ask for as a young coach.
Well, guys, you've heard me talk about the DNA when it relates to players. It's the same with coaches. I mean, Ryan has grown up seeing his dad coach at a high level, the late Flip Saunders, one of our favorites in the business. He spent his whole life around basketball, so he has a great way with players and a real good understanding of the game to a modern-day approach for a young coach.
And it's Exum with the ball, who will bring it up for Cleveland. Six to shoot. Lobbed up there for Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dog at offensive rebound.
Now, here's Culver. He's got 6. He kicks it to Russell. Score of the basket is third after 5 shots.
Boy, the body control of Russell. He knows defenders are going to be trying to get physical with him, and he's up for the challenge that time.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. And here's Exum. He has 7. Johnson with the block. Rob. And it's Exum at the elbow. Here's Drummond, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
It's never easy trying to keep him off the glass. He's an absolute beast down there.
Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Free throw, good, Drummond. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me.
Outside, Russell. The pass to Beasley. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 6. Culver passes to Hernan Gomez. Lets it go from deep. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Shooting off the catch is about confidence. There, Culver demonstrating how it's done.
Now Exum, 7 points in the game. Pass to Drummond. Back to Exum. To the paint. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Beasley. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Exum kicks to Garland. Pass to Drummond. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Now here's Culver. He's got 9. Here's Russell. Love grabs the board. The Cavaliers shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And I like the timing, Kevin, that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off. You know, early in his career, there were questions surrounding D'Angelo Russell's maturity, and understandably so. That's the case with most young players. But of late, in his case, his improvement as a player and his growth as a person is impressive.
And beginning his career at the Lakers, coaches wanted Russell to take a more serious approach.
Yeah, you know what? I think his last year there, losing the trust of his teammates, probably woke him up a bit. Sometimes you got to go through the adversity to recognize what you need to change. It's not enough to just put up numbers. You've got to be a professional in how you go about your business, and plenty to like about where D'Angelo Russell is and where he's headed.
Free throw good, Russell.
Guys, it's always good to see a young player start to mature in front of our eyes, and Russell has been that kind of guy. He's done a great job figuring out how to become a better leader.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Nance is checked in, and so he makes both from the line. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Garland, the pass to Drummond. Here's Osman. Hernan Gomez covering. Exum with it. He has 7. Clock at 4. From deep. They get it back. And good that time. And it's 13 points for Andre Drummond.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
And that one, good. Johnson's got 6 here in this quarter. Cleveland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Now, here's Garland. He's guarded by Russell. Ball's knocked loose, and Nance kicks to Exum. Just 5 to shoot. Drummond trying to get himself free. Here's Nance. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one's on Johnson. The Cavaliers have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Omari Spellman has come in for James Johnson. So he gets them both.
You're having a lot of success from the line here in the second quarter.
Timberwolves leading by 4. Here's Culver. He's got 9. Pass to Russell. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
Boy, you look at Russell repeatedly making plays around the rim. His imagination and creativity allow him to do so.
Well, Cleveland shooting in this game 45%. Garland with it. Russell's there. And it's good. 2 points. Garland's got 6.
No idea what they were thinking there defensively. I mean, that's a shot he makes often.
Russell dishes to Beasley. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Spellman the pass to Culver. To the middle. Changes up. He takes it up and lays it in. Spellman's got his 2nd bucket.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. Here's Garland. It's blocked. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And then Culver with the dunk.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And so here's Cleveland after the basket by Minnesota. Here's Drummond. Another shot. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Minnesota gets called for the foul.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Minnesota making a switch here. And the second free throw, good.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
Now, here's Culver. He's got 11. Layman pass to Hernan Gomez. Right wing, 6 on the shot clock. The Cavaliers trail by 7, and the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Got a piece of it. They swipe it. Osman kicks to Garland. Misses off the right iron. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Culver, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Is on Colin Sexton.
And Culver's game just screams potential. Already a good scorer, rebounder, and passer. Now the next step, improving that outside shot.
The first free throw is good. A different look now for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Andre Drummond, and it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Garland. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Cavaliers trail by 9. Nance outside. Oh, Nance in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And I'll tell you, Nance can score. He rebounds it, has the versatility to switch 1 through 5, does a lot for this team.
Dishes it to Culver. And there's the pass to Spellman. Over Thompson. Spellman with the bucket. Spellman's got the lead up to 9 now for Minnesota.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now here's Nance. He's coming off a 10-point game against Oklahoma City. There's 1:17 left to play here in the second quarter. He gets it in there. He's got 5.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
You know, they've been the more up-tempo team, clearly. It's helped them gain the advantage in this one.
Here's Sexton, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. From the line, chalk up 2 there. Osman's got his second basket of the game. There's 57 seconds left in the first half of basketball. To the paint, puts it up from 7. Culver, and Thompson sends it back. Now here is Dellavedova, guarded closer. Here's Osman. And Thompson kicks to Nance. Clock at 6. Goes back up. And it's Osman missing.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
And it goes down 2 points. And the Timberwolves lead by 11.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And here's Sexton. From deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Karl Anthony Towns. An impressive first half and a nice start for you guys. How did that happen?
I mean, yeah, we had some great days of practice. You know, this is what happens when you got some days off.
Got the spring in your step again. Thanks, Karl Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. They're in a terrific position now thanks to their flawless execution in the second quarter. Some excellent work offensively now has them up 11 at the break. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
The speed they're playing with has been fantastic. They're pushing the ball in transition and catching the defense. That's snapping, Ernie. Anyway, a huge chunk of their offense has come on the break. They've got a nice lead, but they shouldn't slow anything down. I say keep doing what you do.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Cleveland.
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any book.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Andre Drummond has been sensational.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Sexton and Osman on the perimeter. Andre Drummond is out there with Kevin Love, and it's Garland in at the point guard. And that's the group for John Beilein as we begin the second half.
Just a beautiful read by the former Buckeye Russell. So gifted at making those decisions.
Pass to Drummond. That's in, and he's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Can't be thrown any better. That bounce pass hit him right in stride.
Russell looking around. Beasley, the pass to Towns. Over Drummond. Towns, no luck.
Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Now Garland. Five to shoot. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Culver with the steal. Here's the break. Here's Beasley. And the layup's good off the glass. Beasley's got the lead up to 13 now for the Timberwolves.
An impressive all-around player. Culver passes the ball well for a guy at that position.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Now here's Garland. He's guarded by Russell. Here's Sexton. That shot misses. Excellent D there from Beasley. Here's Culver. Stolen by Garland. And Jarrett Culver gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for Cleveland. Trailing by 13. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for him. Garland kicks to Sexton. 6 to shoot. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota.
Such a menace close to the rim. You got to respect Sexton's fearlessness when he's amongst the bigs.
The Cavaliers have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. Free throw good, Sexton.
And you see the speed, the athleticism, and scoring ability of Sexton. Special. A guard with a fantastic skill set and loads of potential.
Good on both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Timberwolves leading by 11. Russell passes to Johnson. And the rejection by Love. And stolen by Love. And now the fast break. Garland with the ball. The open look here for Sexton. And the lead is down inside single digits. Sexton's got 4 this quarter. To the inside. Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. And some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Now here's Beasley after Colin Sexton's miss. And they double up Russell. Here's Johnson. Here's Towns. Trying to get open is Johnson. Towns, no luck. The Cavaliers trail by 8.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense. And it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all. Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
And the Timberwolves call time here. And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable three-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
Dante Exum, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Okogie's checked in for the Timberwolves.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Sexton. For Minnesota, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Now here's Towns. He's got 8.
The inside-outside game of Towns, very solid. Not many big men can match him in that department.
Now here's Sexton. The dish now to Drummond. Out to the right wing. Here's Garland. Kicks it out to Love. Here's Sexton. That's in there. Love with the assist. And that's now 18 points for Colin Sexton. Timberwolves leading by 5. Pass to Okogie. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. Over Drummond. And again it's Minnesota.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Garland, the pass to Drummond. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
And, you know, Drummond is an experienced big man now, and because of that, he's gained confidence and has no problem shooting over the defense inside.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 12. Inside. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Russell's got 14 points.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
The Cavaliers trail by 7. Garland dishes to Drummond. Garland with it. 6 points for him. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
Zizic has checked in for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Exeter. Russell with it. Guarded now by Sexton. Out to the right wing. Culver passes to Towns. That one wide left. Cavaliers trailing. Down low. Passes it to Garland. From 15 feet away. Second chance shot. The shot's good from Zizic.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Outside, Russell. Johnson, the pass to Okogie. And a look at the 2K leaderboard now at the list of centers and power forwards who have been in a great rhythm at the free throw line over the last 10 games. Third is Kevin Love. And, of course, Karl Anthony Towns.
And a lot of these big men take the confidence they have in the paint straight to the free throw line with them. I mean, that makes them very hard to handle.
It really does. I mean, defenders have to be a little more cautious than they would be ordinarily. Hack one of these fellas, and they'll cash in.
No good on that one. Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Nance comes in for Garland. And the Timberwolves making a change here. He hits the second from the line. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Cavaliers. Nance outside. Kicks it to Dellavedova. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. The shot by Sexton, no good. Timberwolves leading by 4. Here's Layman. Oh, that's blocked. And here's the fast break. Dellavedova from outside. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Here's Okogie. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
5 attempts for him at the line tonight. He's made 3.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Garland, he's checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. And he's good on the second. The Cavaliers trail by 5. To the middle, here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Now here's Towns. 12 points for him. Shot clock at 6. Now the pass to Hernan Gomez. Over Thompson. Offensive rebound. And it's Towns on the follow.
Good luck trying to keep Cat off the glass. Karl Anthony Towns loves mixing it up down low and getting after those second chances.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. And the last 2 years, Karl Anthony Towns getting a rap as a bad defender. Clark, you think that's fair to say?
You know what, Kevin? I don't think it's as fair as it once was. He's not nearly the defensive liability he used to be. He's better defensively one-on-one, and I think he's improved in his ability to switch and rotate on smaller players.
Thompson looking for an opening. Here's Garland. It's hauled in by Karl-Anthony Towns. Towns is... And it's Zizic with the rebound.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Now here's Nance. He has 7. On the wing, Nance. Shoots from the baseline. That one off the back iron and out. Minnesota leading by 5. Hernan-Gomez kicks to Layman. Basket counts.
Terrific accuracy on that pass. That's how you lead your teammate.
Here's Garland. He's got 8. Pass to Zizic. Out to the right wing. He lobs it up.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Here's Layman. No good that time. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Nance outside. Poked loose. He dishes it to Garland. Pass to Sexton. Just 5 on the clock. He kicks to Thompson. Tries again. Towns with the defensive effort. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Okogie. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Okogie's got 10.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Cleveland's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Good, nice job down low. Sexton's got 20.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Right side Towns from the arc. 8 for 15 with that made basket, but he's not satisfied yet.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
And here is Garland. After the three-pointer from Karl-Anthony Towns. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And here's what the Cleveland Cavaliers schedule looks like. On Tuesday, it'll be the Detroit Pistons coming into town.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Free throw good, Garland.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Zizic. And then for Minnesota, Omari Spellman comes in for Towns. And it's Malik Beasley in for Layman. Beasley outside. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Spellman. He's covered by Thompson. Okogie, the pass to Spellman. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Nance has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Osman. And Thompson kicks to Sexton. Second shot opportunity. And another shot, but they'll get another chance. Here's Nance. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
And on the season, you know, only shooting around 73%, so not necessarily where he'd like to be.
And, guys, that's an increase in his free throw percentage from last year. Maybe not a large one, but it is a little bit higher, so you've got to like that progress.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Nance. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Passes to Spellman. To the inside. The layup missed.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
With 1 on the clock, and he beats the buzzer. Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off in time.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for Minnesota. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. We come back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for Minnesota, they've got Beasley, and it's Culver in at the 3. Thompson outside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Thompson's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Cavs. The Timberwolves shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Beasley outside. The pass to Hernan Gomez. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Cleveland.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Here's Culver. Darius Garland picking up that last basket. And here we go. It doesn't go for him. And Minnesota will come the other way.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
And the first one at the line is good.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Andre Drummond comes in for Thompson. And it's Kevin Love in for Nance.
Guys, absolutely feeling it. When Russell heats up, showtime.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Now, here's Garland. He's guarded by Russell. Garland, the pass to Drummond. And it's good. He's made 2 for every 1 he's missed. 10 of 15 in the contest.
And, you know, Drummond has no problem playing through contact. He excels at using that strong body of his to fight through contact and finish.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Cleveland leading by 3. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Hernan Gomez trying to break free. Russell with the bucket.
Well, I tell you, Russell looking very comfortable taking on aggressive defense and getting the job done. That's good focus on his part.
And so Sexton will bring it up for the Cavaliers. And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. Love with a wide open look. They get it back. The shot comes out. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Culver. Stolen by Garland. Here's Osman. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
So it's the Timberwolves now. The Cavaliers making the shot. And again, the turnover by the Timberwolves. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Now, here's Garland. He's guarded by Russell. Garland kicks to Drummond. Lock at 6. Here's Love, and he comes up with the deuce. And now a 7-point Cleveland lead.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Johnson outside. To the left wing. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And credit the aggressiveness there. I love it whenever Culver is looking to score. It focuses the defense on him and still able to get the job done.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Culver. Towns, he's checked in for Minnesota. And he can't hit the second. And the Cavaliers with possession. They're on a 15-5 run here. Here's Osman. And the Cavaliers get another bucket right there.
And the D just a step slow reacting to the step back.
And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. That's his 3rd foul of the game. On defense, the Cavaliers. They've only given up 5 points here in the 4th quarter. Russell left side. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Johnson. Over Drummond. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Garland dishes to Love. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. No good from Beasley. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 17-5 run. That shot wide open. Sexton's got the lead up to 11 now for the Cavs.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Cleveland leading by 9. Knocks it loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. Here's Garland. And here's Love for 3.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
Beasley left side. Towns the pass to Beasley. Over Sexton. Count that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut to just 7 points in the basket from Beasley.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Garland kicks to Love. Oh, and the jam by Drummond.
You know, Love is, as we've seen, a solid passer for a big man. Great at breaking down the defense and firing the pass to an open teammate.
It's Russell with the drive. Feeds it to Johnson. This is to Towns. And Towns throws it down.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him. It's going to be Sexton shooting. That one's on Johnson. And so it's Minnesota with it. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
Attacking on the drive, and that's going to give Russell some free throws this time.
Free throw good, Russell. And so Russell hits them both. The Cavaliers leading by 8. And here is Garland. Kicks to Love. To the paint. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Jarrett Culver.
And because of the combination of strength and blazing speed, Sexton can get to the line at a high rate.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Clark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, do you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology. If you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right, right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime. Here's Osman. Here's Drummond. Goes back up, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
The first one falls. And both free throws good for Drummond. Timberwolves trail by 9. Outside, Russell. Pass to Johnson. And it's Beasley in the corner. Towns trying to get open. No good from Beasley. And it's Drummond with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. Now, here's Garland. He's guarded by Russell. Inside. The putback. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds. But they still come up empty. Culver passes to Beasley. That one goes. Count it.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Now Garland to the middle. Drummond in the post. Defended by Towns. Offensive rebound. Good. 30 points for Andre Drummond.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Russell kicks to Beasley. From outside, off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
So it's Minnesota now. After Cleveland got the 3-pointer. Johnson outside. Here's Russell. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Down low. And Towns throws it down.
Doesn't take a lot for Towns to catch fire. He's a confident, sweet-shooting big guy. Can score on anyone from anywhere.
And so here's Cleveland. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. Timberwolves trail by 11.
Hey, yo, get on Russell.
Here's Beasley. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. Now, here's Garland. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, we'll be headed to the free throw line. The first free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time. Timberwolves trail by 12. It's Beasley on the wing, defended by Sexton. Here's Johnson, nails the baby hook.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Cleveland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Passes it to Love. He kicks to Garland. There's the pass to Osman. Shot clock at 5. Drummond with it. He's guarded by Russell. Here's Love. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Love's got the lead up to 12 now for Cleveland.
Boy, Love is really good at getting inside the paint, establishing position, has an excellent feel for how to score around the basket.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're down by 12. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Drummond.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
They increased his role tonight after dropping their last game, and the move paid off. He's been the best player on the court by far, and now they don't have to worry about a losing streak. .136 left in the game. Beasley for three. It's rebounded by Cleveland, and there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That will get him his fourth foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for two.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Now, here is Russell. Towns is doubled. Kicks it out to Beasley. A shot by Culver, nobody around. Knocks down the three ball. Culver's got 19 points.
And looking good there from distance. Culver fundamentally sound with his jumper.
Garland the pass to Love. Now here's Garland. D right on him. Lobbed up there for Drummond. No good that time.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Cleveland.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
Absolutely. I mean, they had this date circled on the calendar for redemption. I mean, you never want to lose two games and be swept. And it can be harder in an East-West game than playing against teams in your own conference. So this is a big win for him.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Drummond.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that brings them to within 10. And he is unable to get the second one. And Cleveland can just let the clock run down here. Evans against Porter. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Dante Exum. Dante, still a young guy in this league. What do you want to focus on with your development?
You know, I think it's just staying in the defensive end. You know, sometimes in the heat of the play, you kind of lose sight of it, and it's just about staying in there and just helping your teammates out. So,
a very young guy on a very good team. Thank you, Dante. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.